Fretless bass can be a little bit of a nightmare if you first start with it because it's just so hard to play in tune. So in this short video, I'm just going to show you 2 or 3 exercises that you can use to practice your intonation. Hi, I'm Dan from onlinebasscourses.com. Click below if you want more weekly bass lessons. So the first exercise is to play major tenths. Now make sure you're bang in tune before you attempt to do this because we're going to be comparing fretted notes with open strings. So let's just do this really slowly. So the first one is an A open string and you're going to fret where the 6th fret would be. So that's a C sharp. And you have to use your ears more than you would with a fretted bass guitar. Just a tiny bit out and it will sound very bad. Now a lot of this is just tuning up your ears and connecting it to on your bass where the note should be. Now this bass doesn't have any lines to guide me, but it does have dot markers that I can see at the top here. So I know that I want a C sharp and I know that a C is where this dot would be, and so just somewhere sort of in the middle is the note I want to play, and just with doing this over and over again I know where that note's going to be. Now watch this. If I'm a tiny bit out, I could just alter, in this case, my 3rd finger. So watch this, I'll play a bit out of tune. That's a little bit sharp, so if I hear that, I can just quickly do this little movement here. Just rolling my finger a little bit towards the nut just to correct that poor tuning. And what you do when you play and you practice this a lot is your ears will get quicker with this, and you can do that little technique to get you bang in tune. I would say maybe try to avoid vibrato because that can sometimes cover up some tuning issues. So without vibrato, a little bit in afterwards as well. So that is your A major tenth. That's the first thing. Then we're playing D string. It's the same interval. This time we're on the F sharp, which is where the 11th fret would be. And then we go what would be 2 frets higher. And that's your E tenth. So you've got 3 tenths there. The A with a C sharp where the 6th fret would be, the A with an F sharp where the 11th fret would be, and the E tenth where the 13th fret would be, which is a G sharp. Then you can go back. Right, on that one I was a little bit flat, so I did the opposite of what I did before. Just rolled my finger a little bit towards the bridge of the bass. I can just hear that and catch that quickly. Little bit of guesswork is involved with Fretless when you first start, but the more you play, the more you get used to your own instrument, you really will start to play more in tune. Okay, so the next one is exactly the same, but this time we're going to be using minor tenths. So everything I just played, just put down 1 fret and you have your minor tenth. The first one is A minor. So you've got your open string A, and I've got my 1st finger on where the 5th fret would be. That's as a C natural. Notice you have that darker quality to the sound. Then we're going to go to the D. So that is an F natural, where fret 10 would be on a fretted bass guitar. And then 2 frets high, which is a G natural, would be the E minor tenth. So if you just relied on your open strings for practice, you'd be very restricted because you've only got 4 open strings and we only used 3 there. And songs occur in all kinds of different keys. So the final exercise for this video involves using drones. Now all the drone is just a long note that just lasts for ages, okay? And I'm going to just show you, just for this example, how to play something in C sharp. Now, That doesn't contain any open strings, so that's why I want to do it, really. It's a bit more challenging, and also for where I am on the bass, there's a few little sort of almost a no man's land area here where I want to try and practice. Okay, I'm going to focus on this. Now, I've got all 12 keys of these drones available to download on my website. I'll put a link just clickable below, but I'll also just show you what I'm doing as I go. I'm just going to maybe play just some lines around C major. I don't just want to play this scale up and down because I might get bored with that, so I might organize it into some nice patterns. I might use some pentatonic as well. So those are your 3 exercises for this video. Make sure that you click that link to download those 12 drones, and just take this slow and be prepared to sound not very good when you first start the Fretless, because it does take a lot of work. But you do get, after really not that much practice, you'll start to really be able to navigate the fretboard, and you'll get your muscle memory will kick in. You'll start to know where to play, and you'll connect this very visual thing with your ears, and that's the most important thing when you're playing the Fretless. So I hope you found that video useful, and remember to subscribe.